What's going on? It's Eriksen Dickens here from Platinum Peak Productions. We're back with the Grand Ave boys. We got Derek here and PJ. Today we're gonna yeah. Let me talk.
Okay, sorry guy, big producer over here.
Yeah. All right, today we're going to talk about what it's like to be artists in college. We're going to get my perspective from the videography, filmmaking side, and then we're going to get these guys' perspective from the songwriting.
The rock star side.
The rock stars, I'm sorry, songwriters now. They're rock stars. Okay. You guys are my guests here, so why don't you guys go first? Tell me a little bit about what it's like to, be in the college environment, but then also have this other thing going on. You guys aren't just students, or weren't just students. You guys are artists as well. Tell me a little bit about that.
It's pretty friggin' awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's just cool to like have a hobby and make something out of nothing, you know, and like the way we met and our whole story is really cool, and having our fans and everyone around us and supporting us and coming to our shows, and everyone likes live music and everyone likes to drink cold beer and watch, so it's
I think overall for us it's been really positive. It's been kind of like taking over our identity almost in college, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Because it's almost hard to remember like what we did or what we were known as before we started this band. So for us it's been a fun thing to like try to grow and try to get a bigger audience and get our music out there. And college is a great way to network with people. There's always local businesses that love helping, college students, especially in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah.
The Cal Poly community is a really, really strong knit community. So for us, it was pretty much the perfect storm to find a passion in music and then have the means and the network to get that music out and perform.
Yeah, well, it seems like you guys kind of got new identities through your guys' music.
definitely.
It's very cool.
And it's definitely, I think there's something to be said for the balance of music and going to school, not necessarily like just the life part of school. Where like we're kind of, money is kind of a touchy topic just because we are students going to school, but we also kind of want to do stuff with the band and send that in our time too. Is like we want to hang out with our friends, we want to enjoy that, especially senior year, hang out with everybody, but we also want to keep playing music and kind of see where that goes. So we definitely had some back and forth.
Time and money are definitely the biggest constraints. Time is split between studying and obviously doing band stuff.
Yeah, it's a big commitment.
Yeah, it's a big commitment because the reason we're in this town is for school, first and foremost, but we also have this huge passion for music, and then we often found that our passion for music was overtaking school time.
Yeah,
which
is not necessarily a bad thing.
It's not necessarily a bad thing. We both graduated, we made it out, and then money, like PJ touched on, is tough, so we made money by playing gigs, but we put every dime back into the band to try to do promotions and shoot music videos with you guys, and get on Spotify and that kind of stuff.
Totally. Would you say though that being musicians, being in a band, it helped you kind of integrate more into the Cal Poly community? Almost made you guys a little bit more social in a sense, just because you got to get out there, put yourselves out there. It's vulnerable. You guys are artists. It's a vulnerable thing.
I think it was a great icebreaker, at least for a lot of stuff. It's like, hey, like I've seen you somewhere, or whatever. You get people downtown that come up and approach you. Is the coolest feeling. Like, oh, I've heard you. People you don't know at all, and I've heard your music. I know who you guys are. And it makes you want to. And then when you're an entertainer, you want to have a good reputation, and you want to be like, oh, I've met that guy before, and he's cool. So it like kind of forces you into that role of being social and being.
Yeah, the name of the game is trying to get as many people out to our gigs as possible.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of reaching out to people and trying to get people excited about coming out, and making sure that for the business that we're adding value to them. Yeah. So if they book us and pay us $200 and nobody shows up, we're not going to play there again. Yeah. So it is a lot of putting yourself out there and trying to get new people to come out to the shows. Yeah. But it has certainly, I think, made me more social. Yeah. It made me like recognize the Cal Poly community more.
From a filmmaker's perspective, I'd say me and my brother, when we first started, we started in the dorms at Tenaya, Cal Poly. We decided to just get back into filmmaking. We used to be filmmakers as kids, make fun movies and stuff, dress up the whole 9 yards. And then we got into sports, and then that kind of became our main thing. And then so filmmaking kind of took a back seat to that. Then we both came into Cal Poly. I was a junior, he was a freshman, and we both weren't playing sports, both for like kind of injury-related reasons. And so we were kind of bored. You know, what are we gonna do right now? We should start something, right? So we kind of got back into filmmaking, and what we found, it definitely our passion was rekindled for sure. But what we found was that over time, it takes a lot of work, and a lot of that work is post-production, and a lot of post-production is sitting behind a computer by yourself in a dorm room or an apartment room, or sitting just nonstop. So in a sense, it made us, I would say, I'd be honest, it made us less social. So in that sense, it's a little detrimental to our just overall well-being. But at the same time, you know, you got to do what you got to do, and when you're building a company in the beginning stages, you have to do that. You have to put in the work. You got to grind, and just keep it in mind that it's going to pay off one day, and it is paying off. We're seeing it pay off. Just working with you guys, getting other jobs and stuff. So, but I
have a question. How steep was your guys' learning curve? Because now you have all this high-tech equipment. You know exactly how to edit. You know exactly how to color correct.
You're teaching us how to do it now. Too.
And it's incredible to watch. So how long did it take you to go from like, how do I work this thing, to like knowing how to do a full-blown 5-6 location music video?
For starters, I mean, we still have a lot to learn for sure. There's always a lot to learn. But there's a lot of just kind of learn by doing. There's a lot of YouTube videos, just looking stuff online. Watching other people, what they do on social media and stuff. It takes a lot of studying. And then also my brother Soren, the director of operations, you guys know, he is, I would say he's more of a quick learner than I am. He's very tech savvy. He's the type of guy that can watch something once and then kind of just go and do it. It takes me a little bit longer. I'm not really that type of mind. I'm more abstract, conceptual, creative in that sense. But I would say learn by doing, and it's ironic, but that's the Cal Poly motto: learn by doing.
Absolutely, it's so true.
Yeah, it is.
It's so true.
It's the best experience, just going out and doing it. But yeah, I would say that just in repetition. I mean, we've been doing this for 4 years now, roughly, a little less, but
man, 4
trial
years.
and error.
So if you guys had to give a piece of advice to like a college student who wants to pursue being an artist, what would you say? What have you learned?
You want to go first, PJ?
I would say start as soon as you can. Start. You know, like if you're thinking about it, just do it.
Earlier the better.
Earlier the better, and you know, make today day one. Because I wish we would have started.
Yeah.
I think we could.
Sure, you guys, same thing. Yeah.
Exactly what he said, and then also just do your thing. Like, don't worry about what other people are doing. There's going to be a lot of distractions. There's going to be a lot of people hating on your vision. There's going to be a lot of people, haters. No, for real, it's real. It's a real thing. There's going to be a lot of people who don't necessarily hate on you, but they don't necessarily see what you see, and they don't see your potential, and they're going to serve as distractions. And so it's just important to know that, you know, don't pay those people any mind, and just stay in line with what you want. And like you said, if you start early and you work hard, then chances of actually obtaining your goal is going to be a lot higher. What about you, bro? What's your advice?
My advice would be leverage technology and social media.
You nailed it.
Yeah, Soren, the guy behind the camera, is like a guru with this kind of stuff. And he's been helping us because we pretty much knew nothing. And we're quickly learning that through just sheer effort, reaching out to people, and just always kind of reading up about technology and how to leverage that. So for us, that's leveraging maybe a social media presence to get a gig, or to get more people to listen. But for you guys, maybe it's working with your businesses kind of thing. So trying to leverage all that to work for you.
Totally, man. Yeah, that's been a big step for me personally. I didn't have any kind of social media up until I was 21, I want to say.
Wow.
Yeah, man, I was not about it. Still not entirely about it, but I definitely see the benefits of it now. And from a business perspective, you kind of have to have it, especially the type of game that we're in. You guys too, and you guys know it. But yeah, no, it is very interesting how the world has changed and how we're at a point where you're considered social only if you have social media, which is kind of a weird concept, but kind of true. So.